Let's go with the otter, baby. Y'all like that, don't y'all? Hey, that's vintage right there. Vintage from the 80s. What's up? Oh, let me do this real quick so I can figure out where I'm at. That was my phone. Tell you, my phone has been through the ringer. Look at that. I hope you can see that. Looks like a symbiote is trying to take over, which is Venom, you know. Anyways, what's up? I know it's been a long time since I've done one of these. And I'm sorry. Not that anybody was watching anyways, but I want to get this going and I want to get it started, get started back up. Hopefully we can do more. And by we, I'm talking about me and my wife. She's going to be coming on this as well. So it's going to be me and her, maybe talking to other couples, people, celebrities. You never know. You never know. But kind of what I want to get talking about today is just what our plans are, why I haven't been on this in a while, and really just what's been going on. So yeah, man, I'm excited. Got me a new background just because I moved every single bit of my setup that I had into the barn because I wanted to have a podcast in there, but then that didn't happen, so moved it back in here. Actually, I didn't move everything. I just moved all my setup and my camera and just had to find a good background, basically, whatever. But anyways, kind of what I want to talk about today is what we're doing. And I'm sure a lot of y'all have already, I actually know everybody knows. If y'all don't know, then here it is. So we are opening a coffee shop in Duggins. And why coffee? To me, I feel like coffee has, this started back 16 years ago. I worked at a Hastings corporate office in Amarillo, and this was my first job in this type of industry. I didn't really have, I guess, I didn't really have this job to where I was, someone ordered something, I'm over here making it. This whole coffee shop, it was totally different for me. I was 19 years old. I got called in for an interview. I had just applied there to work in the shipping, maybe in office. I don't know. I just applied for something. I needed a job. And they called me and they're like, hey, we got a spot in the coffee shop if you want to come apply or come in for an interview. I don't know. I can't remember. So I was like, yeah, all right, let's go. Let's do this. And I remember because there was quite a bit of people in this room, and I'm like, okay, you're getting interviewed. You're all right. That's cool. So the main guy comes up to me, and his name was Sal, and I remember he was like, all right, here's your interview. Stand up and tell us a little bit about yourself. And I'm like, I had zero social skills. I had, I just wasn't really a people person. I didn't like to, first of all, I'm not going to get up in front of everybody and tell them who I am. And, they wanted to, I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be for like 2 or 3 minutes, or as long as we could. But that was not me at all. But I didn't go first. So that was the good thing. I probably went about second or third, and I kind of seen how everybody else went up there and was like, oh, I could do better than that. So sure enough, here comes me. Get up there and talk for 2 or 3 minutes, 4 minutes, seemed like 15 minutes, but it wasn't very long at all. And anyways, that was that. The next day or next couple of days, they called me and said, hey, when can you start? And let's show you the ropes. So it was funny because like I said, it just wasn't something I ever done, and to get hired for something like that was pretty cool. But the whole coffee, I mean, making coffee for customers, it was so much. I mean, I thought I was going to go in there and whip out a macchiato, Americano, latte, whatever. I didn't know what anything was. So I had to learn a whole lot, and I had to learn it quick because these people wanted their coffee, and I don't blame them. I mean, I don't blame them. But I did learn, and I enjoyed it. I loved the people. I loved the interactions with the customers. Just same thing as now, and I think that's kind of where I got it from. Just kind of building that relationship with everybody really was fun, and just kind of everybody was different. Everybody had a different story to tell every day. Something for the weekend. I mean, what they did this past weekend, and it just, I don't know, it just kind of resonated on me. Like, man, this is actually fun, and it's like, at the time, it's what I wanted to do. So years go by, and I quit. I worked there for about a year and a half, and but that it always stuck with me. Like, it always stuck with me that, man, this is what I want to do. Like, I want to open a coffee shop. But obviously I didn't have, I'm 21, 22 years old, still thinking about this, but I had other things to do. Like, I had money to make, and, I didn't have much of it for sure. So, having a 22, 23-year-old mindset of wanting to open a coffee shop was just, not there for me. So I was never able to, I guess I was just never able to follow up on that. But it always stuck with me. I mean, here we are 16 years later, and it just stuck with me. Like, hey, this is still what I wanted to do. Like, I mean, I feel like this was not, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say a calling, but I just felt like, it's still something that I wanted to be involved in. So, just to kind of, give you all that, I mean, that's kind of the background on it. So fast forward, let's say, to about 6 years ago, and I'm working at Duggan's Auto Supply, and we get this idea of, hey, we're doing good. Let's try to open a coffee shop. Got good credit, at least. I mean, it is what it is. So let's try to do it. Now or never. And it's just one of those industries that you don't know what's going to happen. You don't really know, I guess, the flow that you're going to get, especially in a small town. But we were willing to risk it, because I had in my mind that it was going to work, and it's going to work. That's just the mindset I had. So we work on it for about 1 to 2 years, and we had blueprints. We had, I mean, this thing was about 75% done, and it was going to happen. It was going to happen. But then Duggan's comes available, and we were so close to this coffee shop. We were so close. It was like, man, this is something that I wanted to do so bad. But it wasn't necessarily a but I'm trying to think of a way to say this. Just another opportunity came available that was, in our eyes, the best choice for us. I mean, obviously it was the 100% clear winner on the decision for two, because you had a well-built business that had been in Stanford for well over 60 years, and then you had a coffee shop that you don't know what's going to happen. So it was more, I mean, obviously we had to take this, and the whole process was that, with that was like, we didn't know that we were going to get that. We didn't know that was going to be even available for me. But one day, someone came in to buy the store, and at the time I didn't know it was available. And so this was going on while the coffee shop was going on. This was like all at one time. And I just go in there to talk with Danny and my boss at the time, and And he was like, yeah, I didn't know it was for sale either, but and I get it. It's all, he was about ready to retire, and someone came at the right time, and for some reason, lucky for us, that deal didn't work out. And I mean, it was a huge blessing on us, because whenever I talked to Danny that first time, I was like, hey, can I be next in line? If this doesn't work out for some odd reason, because I already we had the coffee shop that we were worried about. We were going to open the coffee shop, and I told Danny that as well. And he's like, yeah, you're next on the list. And so, months go by, and we kind of don't hear anything. And it's like, what are we going to do? We got this going, or do we, obviously we want to wait it out, but we're so close to what we had been dreaming about for a long time. And so it was kind of that moment where everything was just kind of stuck in a waiting game, I guess. And then it happened, I got called in the office, and it was, he was like, you want this? And I was like, yeah. I was like, let's make it happen. And so that next day, we had a contract writ up, and then here we are 2 years later, or not here, but 2 years later from the day that that all transpired. We were signing over, and now Duggan's belongs to me. So that was back in 2021. So I mean, it was a blessing. It was a really big blessing, but we just didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know that I was going to buy Duggan's. It was just all kind of it just all happened. So, it didn't happen quick because we waited. But I'm just saying it happened, in a time where, we didn't really, I don't know. It just, the way it worked out was good. So that's that side of the story. It was really cool, man. So now fast forward 4 years later, this is my 4th year to own the store. And, now we're back to, okay, let's do this, let's get this coffee shop open, and to kind of think how everything came around in a full circle and for the better. I mean, we waited and waited, and we couldn't ever open, whenever we wanted to. We got to the point where we were going to open it, but that kind of was interrupted by just something even greater and even bigger, just to come back down to being able to open it. It's been a blessing. It really has. So that's kind of the story. I mean, there's more to it, but that's kind of just, I'm trying to keep it short. But anyways, that's that. We're opening a coffee shop in Duggan's, and I'm sure a bunch of y'all know that. I know a bunch of y'all are excited. I am excited as well. It's taken a little bit of time, but that's okay. Can't rush perfection. I'm doing my best. I'm trying to get the work done as quick as possible, but hey, can't take, you gotta be patient, baby steps, so it's going to be fun. I'm real excited to be whipping up some drinks, if I remember how. But yeah, we're going to have teas. We're not going to have like energy teas. We're just going to have brew teas, just regular teas. Yeah, we don't want to get into energy teas, and not just because, it's just, we have someone already doing that. So, but yeah, we just want to give people the opportunity to have somewhere to come and mingle, come and maybe get some wine from Blades and coffee at the same time. We'll put them on for you. Not gonna lie, it's part of it. But no, it's really fun. We are so excited. So excited. And like I said, I know people are too, and I appreciate y'all waiting patiently as we get it going. But yeah, that's that. As far as I don't know what we're going to do as far as the hours yet. I'm thinking more of like I don't know. I'm not even going to say because I don't want to I don't want to bite myself in the butt, but there's going to be good hours, and we're going to be open. Once our hours are set, they're going to be set unless something happens, unless we got like a state game to go to. We're shutting that sucker down. Yeah. Anyways, so whenever we were, I guess whenever we were going to try to figure out a name for our coffee shop, we couldn't really figure it out. We went between like filtered, fueled, spark plug, something. I don't know. We just couldn't figure out what we wanted to call it. But we ended up going with something in the lines of 41 Coffee and Company. And the number 41 represents quite a bit of things. It's more of like it represents the dawn of a new day. It's about like the hope and promise that if you don't quit, the rain will stop, the giant will fall, and you will enter your promised land. Kind of like if you just be patient, your time will come. And that kind of represents what happened with us. I mean, we couldn't open a coffee shop. There's no way we could open a coffee shop about 12, 13 years ago. There's absolutely no way. But then things started getting better for us. And then we got to the point where we're like, we're fixing to do this. And then something else came. But it wasn't bad, it was for the better. It was just kind of like just saying, hey, this thing can wait. And then now here we are 4 more years later, and we're doing it. It's just kind of it's really cool. And then we'll read up on that 41 when me and Kelsey get on here. But I encourage y'all to just look it up and just kind of read up on what 40 days and 41 days is actually in. So, but yeah, man, we're real excited. Sorry I took a little bit longer than what I should. I was going to only do like 10 minutes, but here I am with my otter. Oh, anyway, so, yeah, just look forward to more of this. Maybe once the coffee shop's open, we'll set it up and interview somebody that comes in. You never know. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got. Appreciate y'all listening. It's going to open quick. I'm going to say a month from now, because I don't know when this is coming out. And I've been telling people a month, 2 months for over probably 6 or 7 months already, but that's fine. Like I said, it's okay. Patience. 41 will come. So, get it. And plus, too, we were a family of 4, and then we added 4 girls, me, one guy. It gets tough around here. Yeah, y'all don't have no idea. Cashlin is that extra one, man. Yeah, that's what I've been doing for the past year. Exactly, taking care of that one. Haven't had time to do any of this stuff, but hey, we're back. She's grown. She's about 1.5 years already. So, yeah, once me and Kelsey can try to do one of those, maybe we can set some Fruit Loops or something on the ground and keep her occupied, but she'll probably will not let us do one. But yeah, anyways, thank y'all again. Sorry I hadn't done one of these in a while, and thank y'all for watching. That's it.